Hey, my name is Tucker Krause and welcome back to my channel. And today's video, we got another uranium stock update. Let's get right into it. So I've got URNM charts pulled up here. First, I should note all the data in this video is going to be as of June 27th, 2022, obviously. And so we can see here that we possibly created some new support here that we just bounced off of with this hammer right here, though we'll have to see if we just come smack right back down through and this support actually means nothing. So, and the reason I say that is because we can see we ran out of momentum very quickly on this latest candle here after this giant up day. So I would watch and see if we continue to get more momentum to the upside or if this is kind of topping out, right? Because we can see it was basically flat here. And so what I would watch for is if we continue to get more momentum to the upside, we could perhaps get all the way up to the mid 70s, but then there we'd probably have some struggling since we see there's a lot of messy stuff going on in the 70s as I just move my mouse over. Though we could perhaps get all the way up to like say 90 or so if we manage to top out in this range with a bear market rally, or hey, maybe uranium decouples from the market and we go shoot higher. And the reason I say bear market rally and have this line and this line is because that's kind of what the general market looked like. If you go look at the charts for SPY or QQQ, we're kind of at the bottom of a range here, then looks like we could potentially be shooting higher, though I would watch for momentum, see if we just break down through the support or if we manage to keep moving higher. Alright, and so for spot here, we can see we then bounced off this old support here that we initially broke off of upwards back around February, March. Though we've come back down to it, right, we can see that bounced off of it. I would say here, the momentum story is a little different. We did actually have some more up movement on the most recent trading day compared to where it was flat on URNM. So it looks like we could potentially have a little bit more momentum here in spot. But like URNM, I would continue to watch to see if we break below this line or if we continue to rally upwards. And we could probably get reasonably into about the 16s range before we encounter some possible messes here if we, continue this momentum to the upside, because we see a lot of trading up in this 16 range as well as here. Alright, so let's go into the stocks that we're going to be covering today. NexGen Energy is the largest at just under $2 billion, and UEC is actually now the only other one that's in the $1 billion club. Then we see Denison, Boss, Global Atomic, Fission, and URG, all above a $250 million. And then we see below $250 million, we got Lotus, Bannerman, DYLLF, UEX, and GoviEx, and then below 100 million, Peninsula, Forsys, and Blue Sky Uranium, and this is all USD. Before we continue any further, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. It takes like no time out of your day. It's free, super simple to do. Go just click that red button. It helps the channel out a whole lot, and I say that because a lot of you guys are not subscribed. As you can see, only about 25% of you guys who are watching are, so if you aren't, do that quickly. I would appreciate it a whole lot because it would help out the channel a whole lot. Alright, so we can see for price per pound here, GoviEx, Forsys, DPL, and Bannerman all look really good at below $1 here. UEX, Blue Sky, Global Atomic, and Peninsula all look quite strong as well, between $1 and $2. Fission Uranium and Lotus, not great in the $4 range, and we see pretty pricey here with NexGen, Denison, Boss Energy, URG, and UEC, especially at over $10 per pound. So once again, of course, the valuations aren't quite as good as they were at the end of May, where, it was really bad, or even just a couple days ago, because we've already rallied off the lows a little bit. Though, of course, the valuations here for a lot of these companies are still looking quite good. Alright, so if we then look here, the valuations once again are still looking very strong for a lot of these companies with Lotus, URG, GoviEx, Global Atomic, NexGen, Forsys, Denison, Fission, Peninsula, and Blue Sky showing upside in their DCF, and of course the DCF uses $80 spot price, 50% capex, and OPEX inflation, alongside a 10% discount rate. Then Boss Energy, DPLO, and Bannerman are all a little bit overvalued and very overvalued here we see for UEC and UEX. Though, of course, once again, compared to where we were at the lows, these companies have, of course, come up a little bit, so the valuations don't look quite as good now. Though, of course, the valuations all look quite strong still, and either way, even for a company like DPLO, even though the valuations don't say they're amazing, they're still, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are a bad company. Not at all. There's lots of other things to consider than just the numbers. Either way, because we're a little bit off the lows, the numbers aren't as good as what they quite used to be, though they're still reading as very undervalued, especially when you compare it to where some of the uranium highs were when you were looking at there was crazy $20 price per pound at the highs. Well, I might be exaggerating, I don't remember the exacts, but that's all I'm trying to say here. Looks at the valuations, those are all still quite good, though I would continue to watch if we continue to get dragged on the general market downwards, because then of course you're catching a falling knife. You don't want to do that. Of course, either way, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.